Hello everybody and welcome to a new playthrough. This is also another game I have in the past decided to stray away from, but in the end, well, competition purposes took over that aspect of it. Indeed, Sonic and the Secret Rings. Now, there's a little opening movie we have to see first, so I'm gonna have to wait for that. It's good to see it now because I never saw it the first time, so the way the story begins inside of the game is a bit different than what it shows here. Just a little bit, but okay, a little bit of a long opening movie there, but yeah, Sonic and the Secret Rings. Don't mind me with that one. We have to begin with the Lost Prologue because there's about 10 missions we have to do. Of course, there's a bit of a beginning as well.
Boy, is it that late already? What time is it? Huh?
Oh, the blue hedgehog.
Ah! What the?
Do not be alarmed. I am Shara, the genie of the ring. You know, like Aladdin in the magic lamp.
Don't think I've read that.
What? You've got to be kidding me. The best story of all the Arabian Nights. Or at least the second best. But that's besides the point. Please, look at this.
Hey, the page is blank.
Our world, the world of the Arabian Nights, is vanishing.
Vanishing? But how?
This is the work of an incredibly evil spirit, the Eraser Jinn.
Eraser? Jinn?
Yes, he used his evil magic to become even more powerful. He could not bear to simply remain in the book any longer. And so he has begun to set the inscriptions free, absorbing the power of the book itself.
The power of the book?
If our world ceases to exist, then not only will those stories be silenced forever, but the Eraser Jinn will then be unleashed into your world.
That definitely sounds like trouble. But what do you want me to do?
I want you to stop him. You must stop the Eraser Jinn. Only you, the Blue Hedgehog, can do it.
So this guy needs someone to put him in his place, does he? I suppose I can help out with that. It might even be fun. But this is all just something out of a storybook, right? How am I supposed to do anything about that?
That's easy. You are my master, having called forth the genie of the ring. As such, I am able to grant your wishes. Simple wishes, at any rate. Bringing you into the world of the Arabian Nights is within my power.
What? Inside that book?
Now please, place the ring on your finger.
Like this? Ouch! Hey, take it easy.
My apologies, O Master, but now the contract has been sealed.
Contract?
Yes, as Master of the Ring, I am now bound to protect you. Now, rub the ring.
Like this?
Oh, Master of the Ring, what is thy wish?
Hut-choo! Hut-choo! How about a handkerchief for starters? Make that a few. Thanks. You're a lifesaver. You see, I caught this cold yesterday and...
Please, be serious.
Okay. Thanks for the hankies, though.
Please, someone tell me that this isn't really happening.
All right, let's go. Take me to this world of the Arabian Nights.
As you wish, Master.
Quit it, will you? My name's Sonic. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Very well then, Sonic. The legendary hedgehog. Here we go, into the world of the Arabian Nights.
Okay. Now this is first class. Here we go.
Very ironic, never to return. Yet.
Tilting the Wii remote to the left and right will move you in that direction.
Yeah, I'm doing great as you can see right now. Missed a bunch of rings, whatever. Depending on how fast your time is, you get a bronze, silver, or gold medal. I think that's a medal, so to say. This time I'm getting a bronze. But if you're too slow, you don't get anything. Each mission grants you experience points. Depending on the mission, obviously, you get more. Some give you more experience, some give you less. You must keep going with the Lost Prologue before you can do anything else. There are about 10 missions I have to do in the Lost Prologue before the real story even starts.
Press the 2 button and release to jump. Hold the 2 button down and you can jump higher.
Thing is though, whether you clear or fail a mission, you still get experience points in general. Especially in the missions that aren't the Lost Prologue. Because these are meant to be easy. easy, so they are meant to be completed. There usually isn't a real way to die in most missions anyway, but in the Lost Prologue, but like in this mission
While
maybe.
jumping, quickly move the Wii remote forward to perform a jump dash.
I was trying to do that, okay, thanks. You kind of have to get used to the jumping scheme of it, because it's not, you know, as you probably would understand before, it's a little bit different. Because you have to hold it down to jump higher, and all that sort of thing. The jump dash does get better as you level up. Once you begin to level up, you begin to get skills that help improve the use of such skills as jumping and jump dashing, sliding, all kinds of crap. But of course you have to gain experience points to level up, and you will get skills as time goes on. This is your first sort of rampage mission. You have to defeat 10 enemies here.
3, 2, 1.
You can do a homing attack while jumping when the lock-on mark appears. There's the symbol.
The first time you play, you tend to get a lot of bronze medals. You don't really get a lot of silvers and golds. You kind of have to level up somewhat for that because you need more skills, etc., whatever. So don't expect to get a lot of silvers and golds. I still did manage to get at least 2 silvers. Despite having a level 40-something Sonic, I had at least 4 silvers and maybe 2 golds.
Press the 1 button to break.
Here you practice your braking ability, you'll need it. This is not like in some games where you don't really need braking. You will need braking at some point. Now, if you take damage, and you can, but if you take damage, you'll generally lose 20 rings. There is a skill later on as you level up. You have to level up a lot though. That allows you to take less damage when you get hit. 10 rings. But apparently this doesn't work on the final boss. But well, we'll get to that as time goes on, hopefully. Here you're going backwards. You get to learn how to go backwards as well. Because sometimes you may need to go back for things, so...
Keep the Wii remote tilted back toward yourself to back up.
Slowly we're getting there. We need 8,000 experience points to get to the first level. You'll get there. Doing the Lost Prologue missions, you have to keep going though. As you move along in the game, certain skills will unlock extra Lost Prologue missions because you won't be able to do them all right now.
2, 1.
So if you need some practice...
Press the 2 button to do a small jump.
Oh, I forgot it said reach the goal as well. I thought this was the type, you know, you get 10 and then you're done. I screwed up there a little bit. Alright.
Just made it.
One more. One more mission. Paragraph 8. Now you get to learn how to use grinding. Grinding is a little bit strange in this game, so to say. I'm not sure I completely understand it either. Because usually when you grind, you wind up slowing down.
Squared edges.
You have to like keep pressing the button. Alright, moving on then. Level up. Once you level up, you get a new world and new missions, etc., etc.
So who's this guy who's trying to make the world disappear again?
You mean the Eraser Djinn?
Yeah, that's right. Can you take me to him?
There is no need.
What do you mean?
He's here!
Well, how about that?
What's that all about? Talk about close shaves. Maybe you know where I can get my quill sharpened too?
Sonic! That's him! He's the evil spirit who is striking the words of our world from the pages.
You must be that blue rat that just added to the story.
Don't you know anything? I'm not a rat. I'm a hedgehog.
I am Eraser Djinn. I am the one who shall carve up this world as I see fit.
Yeah, well, if you're gonna do that, can you at least wait until I'm done reading it first?
Sonic?
100 of the 1,001 nights have already been wiped clean. And soon the rest shall join them, night by night. And then, with the 7 world rings...
7 world rings?
You have gathered the 7 world rings for me.
Well, he just entered the story. I don't know about that.
Are you still going on about that? I told you those things don't even exist. And even if
Oh,
they
really?
did, I'd never give them to you.
Oh, wouldn't you though? I suppose a suitable punishment is in order then.
Look out!
Sonic!
Aha! So, this is how judgment is dealt, is it? This should be interesting. You listening? Bring me the 7 world rings before the arrow of flame extinguishes. If you do not, your life is lost. Next, I think I shall select the life of King Saria.
The king is the creator of the Arabian Nights and the main character of the story.
With my speed, we'll just have to make sure we get to him first.
So we have to start with San Oasis now. Now this is the first time you can get to equip your ring with skills. In this case, you get more rings at game start. In other words, 5 rings. So it's not much, but it does matter to some extent. In some missions, you'll definitely need it. So it's definitely a good thing to have. There's also another skill that allows you to get 5 rings once you die and restart. So there's another skill like that
Let's
too.
find the king's palace.
Yes, let's hurry. If you have at least 1 ring, you can get hit without being hurt.
As if I don't know that already. Okay, thanks. Now these pearls, you can't really do anything with them yet. You'll see what they can be used for later on. They're only useful for point reasons, nothing else right now. Also, your ring cap is only 50 rings, so not a lot of rings will lead you to get to your ring cap. You're also not too quick. There are also other skills later on that allow you to be quicker as well.
Eraser's henchmen!
I totally missed. Oh well.
Sonic, you can get the pearl by defeating that spirit.
You can certainly collect more rings, but your cap is 50 and you can only hold 50. Later on, as you level up, you will also get more, get a higher cap. That silver ring that you just saw is worth 20 rings, and is also very useful.
Watch out! The red spirit can breathe fire. It's a dead end.
Whoops! Time to make a U-turn.
It should be cooler inside.
Doesn't quite look like it.
That's a fire soul. It's not, well, it's useful to collect. It's one of those collectible items that you want to wind up collecting for certain reasons. Mainly minigames.
Move the wheel. Press the 2 button to get off the flying part. Make sure to tilt the Wii remote side to side very carefully here.
You get to practice a lot of things here. Later on, they do get harder as well.
Move the Wii remote forward and backward to head back to the foothold. What? town.
There it is! I see it!
That's the king's palace.
Generally, it's a bit simple. If you manage to clear the stage without getting hit too many times, you get a technical bonus of up to 2.0. If you don't get hit at all, you get 2.0. You get hit once, 1.5. More times, 1.2, 1.1. Eventually, 1.0. You want to try to get a higher multiplier than 1. That means more experience for you. I'll be able to level up straight away. There is a skill there is a mission that's going to allow you to practice the mini turbo.
Where is he? Are we too late?
Huh?
What's Dr. Eggman doing here? Aha! I knew it! This is all another one of your schemes!
What is the meaning of this? I am Star, king of this land.
Eggman, what are you up to this time?
Sonic, wait! You're making a mistake. This is him.
Oh, Arky.
This is King Shariar.
Really?
Really?
Such insolence! Guards, seize this blue spiky thing at once!
Where are your men, Your Highness?
Sorry.
Oh, that's right. Let me explain.
Yeah.
When the evil spirits appeared out of nowhere, everyone turned and ran, and I was stuck having to hide in that jar. No! Help me!
Well, well. Guess it's time for a little action.
I guess we could practice the mini turbo just to understand what's going on here. Paragraph 17. I know, it's just random. You get to go from 8 to paragraph 17. It's just random. You have enough skill points now, but later on you actually won't. So there's actually too many skills and not enough skill points for you to deal with. So eventually you're gonna have to decide what skills you want and what skills you don't. Oh right, this is the startup one. All right.
3, 2,
Totally forgot. You get a faster start. It's not worth that much, but you get better starts later on. You'll see.
Too easy.
Silver. Hey. Not bad. You try to do things for experience reasons. You want to make sure you try to get as much experience points as possible whenever you can. The more you level up, the easier it gets for you to pass certain things and do certain things as well.
3, 2, 1.
Now this mission requires you to not die. You can lose your rings if you have to, but this mission generally requires you just to not die. There are missions later on that require you not to get hit even once, which generally is a problem, but ow. Okay, that was a bit ugly, but whatever.
Just made it.
There are usually 3 fire souls in a level, so you probably won't be able to find all of them in the first playthrough at all. So you're just gonna have to wait a while before you can actually get back to collecting them. So far I have 3, which really isn't so bad actually. But now this was somewhat of a lull challenge because it got ugly sometimes. It got ugly. The challenge here is not to break any jars whatsoever. You break one, you fail.
3, 2,
Although failing isn't such a bad thing, you still get experience, and it does get recorded, whether you restart or not. It does get counted as experience. Remember, if you need to slow down, breaking is always usually a good thing.
Are you ready?
Especially on missions like these, where you really want to make sure you don't break any jars, because that's your objective. Just make sure you follow the mission objective and you should be fine. If the mission doesn't require you to do anything else, you know, then you can do everything as normal, collect raids whatsoever, just to get experience points, which is the point here. Always wait for the red to appear to homing attack. If you do it too soon, then you don't get to homing attack, really. You just wind up jump dashing. If you get lucky, you wind up hitting an enemy anyway, but generally... This is the hardest part here. Just be a little careful.
This stone is full of genie magic.
Again, be careful here. This is a very dangerous part here. There's the goal. Since I didn't get hit, I get a 2.0 bonus, which basically doubles the points you have, and that really does help a lot when it comes to getting experience, especially early. I should be able to level up twice? Probably twice. I think it's enough for twice. Yeah. So I'm at level 4. Turbo Boost. Acceleration rate to top speed increases. This allows you to collect more pearls. Of course, you want to be wary of certain missions that require you not to collect pearls. You have to be wary of those.
Oh, thank you. I thought I was done for.
Tails? What are you doing here too?
Tails? My name is Alibaba.
Come on, Tails. I know it's you.
I'm very sorry. He seems to have mistaken you for someone else.
Oh, it's okay. I'm still very grateful that you saved me. I might not be very strong, but I've still got some tricks up my sleeve. If you ever need my help in return, it would be the least I could do to repay you.
Thank you. If something comes up, we'll be sure to call you.
Alright, so as we move on then. Another Die Hard challenge. I don't really need this one yet, because it's not really that required to collect pearls at this point, but essentially being faster generally is going to be more useful than pearl collecting for the time being. After a while, though, you do get something, and you'll see what I mean by that. Collecting pearls in general isn't a bad thing though, because, and I got lucky there. It isn't a bad thing because, what the hell was I gonna say? You get points for it. Oh crap.
Oh, this just isn't my day.
Now, if you fail a mission, you get a bonus of 0.3. You don't get all the points you deserve, but you do get something as a token of what you did, just to gain experience points. 0.3 doesn't look like much, but sometimes it can be quite a bit of experience if you got so far in a level and you only just managed to screw up at the end. You start to have a lot of these disappearing enemies. Attack as soon as you see them. That's the biggest problem, just holding on and then attacking the next enemy, that's the biggest problem, man. Again. Alright.
3, 2, 1.
Just be very wary of what you're doing to begin with. It's not very easy. Because obviously, as you've seen, falling off the stage does count as a death, and it will make you and it will cause the mission to fail, as you've already seen. That idea. Generally, I'm not doing so bad, actually. I'm getting a lot of bronze medals. I got more than I did the first time I played this, that's true. So, I've been doing somewhat better. Okay, I can't level up yet. Special challenge, break 5 jars. One mission required you not to break a jar, now you have to break 5. These are just completely random challenges based on the area that you're in. You basically wind up having to do random things.
2, 1.
You can actually homing attack into the jars. Some missions are really easy though, but they don't get you a lot of experience. Now the ring cap has been increased to 62. New world unlocked. Now, some worlds have bosses and some worlds do not. So you want to be careful of which ones do and which ones don't. You could continue in Sand Oasis, or you could go to Dinosaur Jungle for the time being. I'm going to continue in Sand Oasis for the time being here. Now I have more skill points. I have another skill I could probably use. Backstep. I could also get this for a total of 15 SP for now. You could use any of the skill rings. There are 4 skill rings only for configuration purposes. If you want to save a certain configuration in one ring and then figure out and then do another and another, you can do that. You can do it any way you choose. Now, this is a mission of collecting rings. You can get hit usually in these levels, so you really want to be careful about what you're doing in these levels. If you get hit, your objective is beginning to, it just gets a little bit harder to meet your objective, because you lose 20 rings. And 20 rings, you know, out of a possible 99 just tends to be bad, like you see right there. I could easily get that back by that, but instead I could have 65 by now. Pearls don't exactly matter at this point, but it's nice to go away quickly. You know, if you're faster than this, you'll probably get all of them, but not this time. Another such switch. Once you get your 99, you have mission clear. 1.5 because I got hit once.
Just made it.
If you get hit once, you get 1.5 and you don't get 2.0 anymore. You have to be flawless to get 2.0. More missions. Defeat 20 enemies here. This is good target practice.
Three, two, one.
Just be mindful of how many rings you have. Because if you have less than 20, that's usually a problem. Because that just basically means one hit and you're down to 0. No matter how many rings you have, if you have less than 20. The more rings you have, generally, the better it is for you. 1.3, I think. 1.2, 1.2. Not bad though, not bad. It's 50 points per enemy generally. That's usually a standard. 50 points an enemy. The more enemies you defeat, generally, the more points you get. This allows you to get attack power with backstep. If you take backstep, then you're able to basically attack. Okay, beat the clock. The time limit is 2 minutes, so you basically have to beat it within 2 minutes. Ah, that's bad. That was also a complete waste of time. Alright. Generally that does happen, and you wind up back here, so it does kind of suck a bit. I don't have much time, I'm just hoping I clear this. No. If you screw up too many times, then you won't be able to do it. That's just the way it is. Usually the course is supposed to last you a good proportion of time. I was really that close to making it to the goal before. Oh well, 1.5.
Just made it.
Level 7. Quick step.
Sonic, look!
Whoa! I take it that's not something you see every day, huh?
That must be a monster summoned forth by the Eraser Djinn.
Shara, can't you do something about it with your magic?
I'm sorry, Sonic. My magic is no match for that of the Eraser Djinn.
Okay then. Guess I'll just have to deal with them the old-fashioned way. And hey, don't look so glum, Shara. I'll have you smiling by the end of this. And that's not me ordering you as your master. That's a promise from me to you.
Yes, all right.
All right, let's do it.
I'll promise.
Hint, hint. Boss time. Defeat the boss. I'll take quick step. Now, bosses get a lot of experience. You get a 10,000 point bonus once you defeat the boss. That is an easy level up. The bosses really aren't that hard either, especially this one. This one isn't so bad either. Just be mindful of how many rings you have.
That seems to be a weak one. What
There's-
about its tail attack?
There is a time to attack, and there is a time not to. Generally. That was a good point to attack, but I just didn't react quick enough.
Why do you think it's more than
Can't take much more of this.
Now, if he takes 2 hits, then you get this part here. This weird claw thing. You want to try to keep hitting the damn thing. It takes a while. This part takes a while. But that could work. Not bad, eh? Almost something. Nice.
Just made it.
You get 1,000 points for defeating the enemy. I got 2.0 because I didn't get hit. That becomes very useful. 10,000 point bonus for defeating the boss. I might level up twice. I don't think so, Nah. Level 8 though. We're getting there. We're getting there. The more I level up now, the better it gets the better it gets and the easier it gets later on.
There it is, Sonic!
So that's...
This must be one of the 7 world rings the Eraser Djinn spoke of. Huh? I can't pick it up. When darkness descends upon the Arabian Nights, the legendary blue hedgehog from another world shall come.
Me? Legendary? You gotta be kidding. That make me blush.
When the 7 rings that control the worlds are gathered, the portal between the worlds shall open. But the life of the collector of the rings shall be offered up in sacrifice as the key for that control. That is what is written in the newest chapter of the Arabian Nights.
Say what? I'm supposed to be a sacrifice?
That I can't say for sure, but I do believe that these world rings hold the key
Oh,
to
man.
some kind of mystery. And I think that we need to collect them to get to the bottom of this mystery.
Well, considering that I still have this arrow in me to worry about, I guess I'm in a pinch either way, right?
I'm sorry. It's my fault that all of this is happening to...
Hey, don't worry about it. Besides, don't you know how fast I am? Time may fly, but I'm even faster.
Okay, so that's the first world ring, the yellow one. Now, in some worlds, there are no bosses, so you're going to have to keep completing missions, and at one point you will get the world ring. Dinosaur Jungle is just one example of this certain thing. Now's a good time to break it off here. We'll see the next part, and we'll begin with either the Lost Prologue or the Dinosaur Jungle. We'll see I'll think about it.